Hey, welcome to part 4 of my Overwatch characters introductions. We have now made it onto the healers. So this is going to be the last section, or last video section for Overwatch until they introduce some new characters. There's lots of rumours and talk of different characters that might be coming. I think people keep on thinking that Doomfist is possibly going to be a character, but anyway, that's all speculation until we see something for the new characters. So let's start with Lucio, our first support character and healer.
Come on, let's bring it together.
So, playing as Lucio, you're going to have this nifty little audio tracks going on most of the time. You are cruising around on skates, and Lucio is absolutely fun to play. He's probably, again, one of my favourite characters. Because you can just have so much fun with him. He's so manoeuvrable, he's got so much mobility, it's crazy. The in-game story for Lucio actually has him as like some sort of famous musician or DJ or something like that. Anyway, it's just a pretty cool character. So let's have a look at his abilities. His primary weapon is a sonic amplifier, which fires projectiles. So a single click there, you can see, sends out several shots. So they're fired out in blocks of 4. Does a fair amount of damage, not particularly great, so you're not going to be doing huge amounts of damage to your opponents, but it doesn't, the range and everything else like that all taken into account. It's all kind of works. Your alternate fire for this ability is a knockback, which is fantastic for some levels because you can just knock back your opponents. So you can knock back your opponents. Sorry, I'm just having too much fun now already. Knock back your opponents and sailing off the side of a map and into an environmental, which is quite cool and really useful on certain maps in the game. But it's also useful for trying to push your opponents back off of a payload or off of a capture point quite simply by hitting your right mouse button and pushing them back. Now there is a 4-second recharge on there, which could be a problem, but it gives you that initial burst which actually push back your opponents, which is pretty smart. Now let's have a look at some of his other abilities. He has a passive wall riding ability, which is quite cool because this gets you to some hard to reach places.
Nothing's gonna stop you.
Yeah. Now you can, if you're really good with this character and you get into the right places, you can get very advanced with some of his abilities and you can climb to areas you might not possibly be able to reach normally. Now I'm just trying to see if there's anywhere on this map that this might be able to do it, because there we go. What you're looking for really, I think on maps like Ilios, for example, there's like a hole in the ground on one of the capture points. And if you are against a Roadhog might try and pull you into that hole and drop you down to your death. But because you can wall ride, you can actually wall ride your way out of that and keep yourself alive. Because it's a nice little circle, you can keep going round and round until you eventually climb up. Because you can, it's not a good point there, once you're wall riding you can jump again, which gives you that extra height possibility that you can just kind of get up and climb your way out, denying Roadhog from a kill and getting yourself back into the fight. And of course, if you're healing at the time, any of your allies who are nearby are still going to get healed, and the enemy's probably not necessarily going to be looking for you down in the hole where all the dead people are. So let's talk about the healing abilities. So we've got a what's here is called the ability called Crossfade. Basically, as you can see in the middle of the screen, there's a little green icon at the moment that's flashing away with a little waveform trailing behind it. That is the speed boost. So in this mode, everybody who's close enough to me gets a speed boost on my team and can move around quicker. If I hit my shift key, I'm now healing. So anybody within close range will be healed, and you can see there at the bottom it says +3. and that's how many targets I'm actually healing. It's actually now +2 because one's died. But with my other ability, which is my Amp It Up ability, I can basically be a more effective healer or a more effective speed boost. So let's hit it now.
Oh, this is my jam.
And you can now see we're actually healing really, really quickly on this robot here. And he's even healing the damage that he would be taking from this target down here. Now, as you can see, you can also headshot if you are particularly good. As you can with all the other characters anyway, so it's not really something I've talked about that much, but you can headshot with pretty much every character that has the headshot, that has a sort of this sort of weapon, you know, anything like Soldier 76, obviously Widowmaker because she's a sniper, and Hanzo because he's a sniper. You know, it's all much of a muchness. Let's have a look at his ultimate ability then, which is his last ability to use, which is his Sound Barrier. So this creates a temporary shield for all your nearby allies.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
And you can see they've all got these blue bars, and as have I, which is quickly fading away. So it gives us very, very temporary, quick health boost, effectively, or armor boost, as it says here, to all your nearby allies. It says here, speed boost makes nearby allies move faster. So if I was in the speed boost mode and hit that ability, we would be skating a lot quicker. So let's do it now.
Oh, turn it up.
You can see it's quite a considerable speed boost. Now if you're on a capture map, like a King of the Hill style map, where you've got to get to the point before your enemy team does, and you want to hit that ability straight out of the spawn point,
I am loving this.
and yeah, you want to sorry, again, I was just having too much fun with skating on the walls. Yeah, you want to hit that speed boost as soon as you get out of the spawn point, get that extra boost of speed, get you to the point before your opponents do, assuming they've not got Lucio and done the same thing. So that's it for Lucio. He's a healer. He doesn't do a huge amount of damage. I'm going to say you're probably looking to avoid most targets. So one of the good things with Lucio is his speed and his mobility and the fact he can wall climb and everything like that. So that makes him pretty hard to hit for your enemies. So anybody that's going to have difficulty hitting you or keeping you in range, such as Reaper, Winston, Diva, Junkrat, who else is going to be who's going to have trouble with you? I think that's probably about it, really. You're going to be so you're basically going to be skipping around and jumping about and trying to avoid being shot, whilst just dishing out a bit of extra damage here and there. Enemies you're probably going to want to watch out for is May, because she's going to freeze you, keep you locked in place so your enemies can kill you. McCree's going to flashbang you, so it's obviously going to stun and disrupt you. You want to watch out for probably Roadhog and Reinhardt. Roadhog is obviously going to chain you, pull you in, pop you with the shotgun blast. Now you're probably likely to survive that because you have got 200 health, which is quite good. So you could possibly make that out alive. And Reinhardt's only really an issue when he uses his stun ability, which is again, it's going to knock you down. Anything that knocks you down and stops you from being able to use your mobility is where the problems are going to be coming for you. Otherwise, your only other problem is going to be characters that you can't get to. You don't have a height advantage, although you've got the mobility. You're not going to have anywhere near as much height advantage as, say, a Farah, for example. So she might be a bit of a problem for you. And you're also going to struggle to hit her. You're going to get a little 4 blast off, but you're not doing a lot of damage with those blasts. See, look, only just a body hit does hardly any damage at all, really. So you want to watch out for her as well. So So yes, that's it for Lucio. We're going to take him into a real game in a moment, and we'll see how he handles in an actual proper game. Here we go with Lucio on a payload, so we're on the attack. I'm currently in heal mode, looking for a good way to step through. Jump on the payload just to get things moving. Tourbillon turret there, try to pop a few shots and just end up shooting the payload. Tried to push Bastion off the side using my ultimate fire, which unfortunately doesn't work. So I'll have to back off a bit. Get some heals out here down to Widowmaker. And now I'm going to push back up and try and get back on the front line or back on the payload. You see at the moment the number in the middle of the screen is jumping up and down. +3, +4, so that's actually healing. 3, healing 4. Now I moved too far away from everyone now. So now I'm just trying to sort of disrupt a bit. Before Torbjorn gets killed. So I try popping out a few shots. We've got a Bastion, we've got a Widowmaker, we've got possibly a Mercy down here as well. So I hit my ability to make my heals more effective to try and keep everyone alive. And we managed to take out the Bastion and pretty much everybody else in that corner. Tourbillon's doing a good job on the payload. I am on fire at this moment, which is pretty good. This means I'm doing quite well. Maid down to our side, so I'll put the ultimate, which will keep people alive. Unfortunately, Maid drops her wall, and there's not really much we can do here. I've got the drop on Diva, so I can do some damage, but she tries to zip away. Got a bad time to reload. So that's the end of Diva's mech. I tried to get the heals onto Widowmaker there. Now I'm going to have a little battle with Diva. So I'm getting a few hits on her, she's not really getting many on me. She's just going to try to sneak up there to get to the heals every now and then, which she can do. I'm trying to do more damage and not get hit by her. Taken by surprise, we're skating over her head and attacking her from behind. Unfortunately, the rest of the team have now zoomed off ahead, so I'll pop my ability to try and get things moving a bit quicker to get me closer to them. Really, I shouldn't have got that far away from the team because they basically lost their healer, but they tied up Diva for a while, which was good. It stopped her from getting her ultimate again. Just about survived a May attack. There's Diva with her ultimate. So I gave everyone a speed boost to try and get them a chance to get away and then switching back to heal. We've got Bastion up the top there, so I'm going to pop a few shots into him. He can't see me or hit me down here, but I can hit him because he's too wide. There we go, there's Bastion taken care of. Bastion's got a bit of a weakness there because he is wider than you can see. So you can take advantage of that. Diva's giving me a bit of grief here. Fortunately, I just popped my ability there to increase the heals as May drops her ultimate on me. So now I drop my ultimate to give everyone some extra health, and we can now push forward a bit more. So things are turning unpleasant there with a Bastion ultimate to the face. I had absolutely no idea he was there.
Name's McCree. Take it from the top.
So using the speed buff to get back in quicker. I'm not using my ability to improve its capabilities. Now switching back to heal because we're now frontlining it with the enemy. They're doing a fairly good deal with their defences there, so pop my ability to improve my heal, try to keep everybody alive, trying to get up the top to stick with the rest of the team, gets a bit of a height advantage. Somebody needs a bit of healing down here to the left, whether I can get to them in time, no, unfortunately not. I do encounter Soldier 76 though, so try to finish him off whilst he's up. hovering around the health. Bastion's dealing a lot of damage over there. I pump my ability to try and keep myself alive, and Tourbillon unfortunately doesn't help Tourbillon very much. And I'm still recovering my health at this stage. Found the enemy turret down the bottom there with Tourbillon. Tried to put a few shots into it, but things aren't looking too good as Diva comes around. May saves us from Bastion's ultimate. Unfortunately, I don't get away fast enough for him to catch me up. So, back into the match again. Bop along to the beats as we're cruising along as Lucio again. Getting into range, popping the heal. Tried to save Tracer there from May. The team is working really well actually. We've got the payload going fair speed despite the defence that the enemy team were putting up. For some reason I don't think that Diva's ultimate is actually of risk to me, so I just kind of stand there and take it in the face, which is not the best thing to do. Pretty stupid really, to be perfectly fair.
No one can hide from my
So I use the boost to try and get us into the fight faster. Switch over to the heals, trying to keep everybody alive again. Soldier 76 has popped his ultimate, so try to get into cover so he can't hit me. And get sniped instead.
Resistance neutral.
But here we go again. Trying to get back out there.
Junkrat primed and ready.
Everybody's trying to change characters to find the best characters to get this final payload delivery. So we're all hanging back a bit here because we need to really need to group up, and then unfortunately I get sniped again.
Time for an encore.
So get some heals onto Reinhardt there, who still seems to head back to the spawn to finally get healed off. There was a heal that would have spawned there, and if he'd hung around with me for long enough he would have been healed, but there you go. Try to take care of a... actually I'm not sure who that was.
Check your head.
Widow Baker on the top there, but she manages to disappear down the bottom. I'm not doing quite so well on the push here at the moment. I seem to be on my own. I've got to back up a bit. Try to get over to Roadhog and get some heals on Roadhog.
This is my jam.
Bit of a messy little attack going on here. The payload's actually been pushed back quite far now. Diva tries to ulti, and now Bastion is trying to ulti as well. I've now got a Diva coming down, and there's a Bastion as well down here. Things aren't going too well. I try to get round behind the enemy to take out some forces that might be of use, but there's just too many of them at this point. So we're almost down to 30 seconds.
I hope nobody saw that.
30 seconds remaining.
Let's finish this.
So the team managed to push the payload ahead. I dropped the ultimate to give everyone some extra health and try and make this the last push. There is so much damage being thrown around here. That's a lovely ultimate there from Hanzo.
Back in the mix. Raising the volume.
So, using my ability to boost our speed to try and get us back into the fight quicker. I need Roadhog up there. Switching over to a heal. Our Soldier 76 has popped his tactical visor. Maze dropped her ice wall. And that's game over. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get to the payload. And that's it. Let's see who gets player of the game. Oh, Teebor. Well played.